Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome to a fresh Saturday video. Now this is the first week of me starting my new job and I've just been trying to figure out my kind of upload schedule as to topics to discuss, how much time I have to invest into kind of bringing information to the forefront. So weekends seem to be a better time for me to kind of find a topic, or there's something that really interesting that tickles my fancy and will probably tickle your fancy. If you like your fancy tickled, whatever your fancy is that needs to be tickled. But this is going to be all about Battlegrounds results, the points as to what you get back from it, alliance-based points, because this is going to be incredibly important for a lot of players. So next week in game, we're going to be seeing a new season of Alliance Wars. No, we're not going to be seeing that, are we? Because Battlegrounds is going to take a lot of the rewards that you get in Alliance Wars seasons and inject that into a new Battlegrounds season. We've covered this on the channel. And also, whilst getting this video out, there is an issue with rewards for Gladiator circuit-based stuff being unclaimable. We'll kind of cover that on Monday's MCN. But the point, obviously, of this video is very different because we want to be talking about Battlegrounds Season 9, preparation for which, and in particular, the main thing, which is all of these added extra rewards. So it means that alliances and players are going to be focusing their grind into Battlegrounds. So you could see it being a case that even if you're bad at Battlegrounds, you're bad at the PvP sector of this stuff, then you can get quite a bit of decent rewards just by pushing on through. And even if you're not playing, particularly well, you will find that if you get 400,000 points as part of the solo event, you're still able to kind of pick up some nice stuff, which I think a lot of people will kind of push for, regardless if things don't go well. And I urge that even if it doesn't work out Battlegrounds, just push, keep pushing, because you will be surprised. Yes, it turns it into a bit of arena, but look, it's what you get back from it. But I think the alliance-based portion is going to be important, especially with what you pick up, and as an alliance you push for. So as well, the points requirement that you push for as well is going to be so darn important. So if you are thinking about what you're doing alliance-wise, then, hey, push towards it, get those points. Whether or not it's the rank, whether or not it's the milestone stuff, people are going to be pushing for it, and that's going to be a really important. It's going to be a very important season, probably the most important season. I personally would recommend Kabam doing this as standard, really. And I know they'll go, no, we can't do that. But look at it. It might be more interesting. I'm not saying Alliance Wars is kind of a dead kind of mode on stuff. It's just a case of freshness. Yes, people like Alliance Wars and like Alliance Wars seasons. But it's this is kind of fresh. It's new. Yes, it forces you into a narrative to play a particular mode that maybe you don't like, but at least it's something that would take the pressure of having to kind of officers planning routes, paths, champions, defenders, and stuff like that. Yeah, okay, Kabam putting in new kind of improvement stuff, but I don't know. I think about it. Maybe it's a way of keeping the pressure off alliances, keeping the pressure off people associated in alliances. But say it is what it is, and I don't think Kabam are going to change that. But again, this video is not about me having an opinion on that one or all that stuff. This video is all about amazing data. Now, we featured in the past MCOC Avenger, and MCOC Avenger, I will leave a link to this as well. He's put together immunity and ability accuracy, and all manner of infographics and details and information which we've referred to in the MCN, separate videos. So shout out to MCC Avenger for putting together not just this, but also what we're going to be referring to in this video, which fascinated me. I saw this a few hours ago, and it was just it just fascinated me, and I love this. So link as well to MCC Avenger in the description down below. Go and check their Twitter out, and I think they post as well on other things. Something like there's there's something else. I'll put a link to that in any case, but it's on the infographic. This is interesting. It's interesting because it is Battlegrounds Alliance results. Why is this important? It's so important because it sets a precedence of the past. There's some amazing data comparisons we're going to go off, but also it helps to plan potentially of how many points you require in Season 9. I'll have to look at this a bit more, but we're just kind of reacting to this as to the amount of points. So first of all, it's going to give an indication, and let's kind of zoom this in a little bit so we can kind of just see this in larger scale, which you can do right now. Okay, so say the top position, 22 mil points. is your alliance going to do that? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But it gives an indication of what is required for the top flight of points to get the most in prizes. I know a lot of players and I know a lot of alliances that seem to be hitting up that 1% to 10%, 10 mil bracket. So if you put in 10, well, nearly like 10.8 mil. Let's say 10.8 mil. Then let's put it into shot actually. 10.8 mil, which you can see on screen right now. Let's give it a red circle just so that we kind of like we can be clear on these particular things. So yeah, that 10.8 mil right there, 1 to 10%. I think a lot of players do, and a lot of alliances do try to push towards that particular area right there. It doesn't mean, you know, wholeheartedly that you're gonna get, because that's the point of when it goes into the top 100 type areas. Where a lot of people kind of end up with alliances is down here in the kind of like end-ish point of milestones, which is the lower point of the 1 to 10%. So that was the top part of the 1 to 10%, trying to aim for that kind of 11 mil over into the top 100 kind of threshold. Or it's just scraping the surface of the 1 to 10% with 6.2 mil points, right? And as you then go further down, this is the point of where it's your 11 to 20% and your kind of 5 mils and below kind of threshold for this. So as I said, for me, like looking at this, and as I said, shout out to MCOC Avenger for putting this together because it's really kind of clear, concise, and it is fantastic. And also there's some other bits of information, data comparison I really love about this one. Not to kind of blow smoke up MCOC Avengers, but I think this is just great because it comes at the right time for alliances to plan and prepare, especially because you look at the advance of points over the seasons. Now, as again, MCC Avenger does an amazing job with putting this together. So this is a comparison, and it shows a comparison of previous seasons versus what would be, you know, top 10, top 20 in the earlier seasons versus the latter seasons. So in the very early seasons, season 4, which you can see on screen right now, 6th place was just under 15 mil, right? You flash forward to season 5, it's lower. I think there might have been a bit of scuff with season 5. And season 6, position 13 mil. So you can see what's happening here is the points are kind of separating out. Oh, sorry, I said season 5 actually, like, you know, it was that kind of thing. But the point was that as the seasons extend and go into things like season 6, 5, 6, 7, and 8, you can see that getting the position is tougher because more alliances are putting in more points. So, you know, season 4 was 14.8 million points, was only getting position 6. Was getting position 6. Season 8, which is the recent season, first place was 22 mil. So there is a 8 mil difference. Yeah, 8 mil difference. Yeah, it is 8 mil difference between then and now. Well, not exactly. Well, you could say it's like 6 mil. It could be 5 to 6 mil. Yeah, let's go with 5 to 6 mil. Don't kind of like at me about that. Oh, Rich, you know, speak right. Yeah, well, it's quick math, isn't it? Yeah, so it's a difference of like, because we don't know position 6. So we do know position 6. No, we don't know position 6. So yeah, like it is a case of like 6 mil between the previous kind of like scores right there. So give or take, because we don't know position 6 from the season 8. But yeah, like I said, this is really handy and really impressive to kind of like put you in a perspective of what you'll need to do going to next season. Because the reason I say that, and why is preparation important? Well, here's the thing. With more alliances wanting to do Battlegrounds this season, it means that there's more interest. If there's more interest with alliances doing Battlegrounds because there's no alliance wars, then they may be kind of going like, well, let's push in Battlegrounds more. And a lot of alliances are doing that, and I've heard plenty that have said, oh, we're going to be doing that. And especially if they're those kind of alliances going, well, to be honest, we want to make sure that we guarantee we have to, by any stretch of the situation, get the 4 tier 6 class catalyst selectors, because they lose out on the Alliance Wars season based stuff, they're either going to be saying that they're going to be pushing toward, like, if all Alliance members, and this is something, again, an interesting thing, is that all Alliance members on the solo side of things will be pushing. So what does that mean? I mean, look, it's pretty obvious that if players are pushing as alliances to get the milestone of 12 mil, but if from an individual, and this is the point, a very important point, if individuals are pushing towards that 400,000 point marker, what does that do? Well, we'll give you an example of what that does. So if you've got, and we'll bring the calculator in, if you've got 400,000 right there, and then you times that by 30 based on 30 alliance members doing it, that's 12 mil already. So each alliance on a base level will already do 12 million points. Now, as we said, if there's a lot of alliances vying at 12 million points, and we've got the details and the data from MCOC Avenger, then what does that tell you? And there you go, that's right. If you've got so many alliances at the point of basically positions, it'll be like position 90, like everybody, not everybody, but a large chunk of alliances now will be at position 90. This means a lot more players, a lot more alliances are basically vying, then fighting for exactly the same kind of like finish point. So they'll go higher. And what happens when everything goes higher? It means that there's going to be less opportunity to get the most spiciest of rewards. That's a great point. I'm happy that I've got to that particular point of this video. And that's really it. That's the thought I want to leave you on, is that this is amazing information from MCOC Avenger, but it does create a problem in that, obviously not what he provided, but I mean like what this kind of means going into next season. If 400,000 points is got by each individual player, then it means that, you know, everyone's going to be vying for it, fighting for it, and the rewards may not be as good. So that could be a problem if you're looking, alliances are looking to take home a good chunk of stuff in the upcoming new season. And that's really it. That's all I've got for you in the video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it insightful. Check out some other content which will be located on screen right now. Shout out to MCOC Avenger. Links in the description to their Twitter. Go and check them out. And I'll see you all soon. Much love and have a great Saturday. Bye-bye.